friends, I have another craft for you today. It's a messy one, but it's fun. Look, it is a leaf bowl. A leaf bowl. This is just for decoration. It's delicate. It's delicate. So you might be able to put like some styrofoam balls in there, something light in here. But you cannot put real stuff in here. But it looks gorgeous. I hope this is translating well on your video, on the video. This is what the back looks like, the bottom. Isn't it beautiful? Leaves and Mod Podge. That's it. That's the only thing that's holding this together is Mod Podge. All right, let's give it a go. Let's see if we can do this. So we need a balloon. Just regular balloon. We need some leaves. I got some fake leaves. This is how I got them in the in Dollar Tree. And I made, this can probably make 2. There's 50 leaves in there. It can probably make 2. A friend of mine gave me real leaves. You can use fake leaves or real leaves. I don't have a lot of real leaves, but these she like bought from a I don't know, something about a warehouse for florists, something like that. Anyway, these are real leaves that are treated with something so they're not flimsy, so they're not crispy. But you can use your own real leaves off your real trees. Just grab them while they're still malleable, while they're still bendable, before they dry out and get crunchy. And then you're good to go. Because we are covering these in glue. So it'll work just fine. So I'm actually smoothing out a few of these to show you how this works. And then I'm gonna scatter my fake leaves. This is all made out of fake leaves. Scatter my fake leaves out. Messy, messy, messy craft. So I hope this won't be crazy messy. I'm gonna get rid of this and put down a couple of these to protect my workspace. Hopefully. So you'll want Mod Podge, as I said. You'll want some gloves. I have some old gloves I'm going to use. A bowl, a paper bowl would be best. But I forgot to buy paper bowls. So we're going to give it a go with paper plate. And just pour some of this on here. I got plenty of paper towels available in case I get crazy messy. I'm going to pour some Mod Podge on here. This is always a good trick when you're pouring Mod Podge or paint or any of that. If you don't wipe the top of that off, you're going to seal your lid back on there. And that's a mess. So my lid's, that inside cardboard thing's trying to come off, crazy thing. All right, safe. I got some gloves. And another friend of mine, actually before I get that, let me blow up the balloon. Another friend of mine suggested a bowl or a bucket to hold this balloon. So I have a sand bucket. That should hold the balloon for me because I only have 2 hands. This is what is going to make your bowl. So if you got a balloon, blow one up. Set it in a bowl, or if you got a bucket, that's my work area. Now I'm going to make the bowl around this. That's exactly how I made this one. See? Exactly the same way. All right. So let me get the gloves on. and I'll show you how this works. All right, 2 ways. What I did with this one, I painted Mod Podge on there. Then I put a leaf on. Then I painted over the leaf. And it came out like this. It had some extra edging on there. I had to take some scissors and cut in between here. I had to cut off the glue after it dried. So that's one way. It worked fine, except you only want to paint the small sections at a time because it dries too fast. My second way I did it, you know me, I always have a project that's close to finish, or in stages so you can see, is just like this. I dipped the leaf in the Mod Podge. And I get the excess off, and then I lay it on the bloom. Just like this. Now these leaves are kind of stiff, so they're not laying quite as flat. These were older leaves I had. They're the same brand from the same place. I guess they were just a little, let's scooch this over here. I guess they were a little, I don't know, worn or something. I'm not sure. I hadn't used them yet, but they were flimsy, more flimsy. So that actually worked in my benefit. But I am just layering it. See how I'm layering it? And I'm making sure I have a lot of glue on here. See how it's sitting up just a little bit? That's because my leaves are a little stiff. But don't worry. One, before, this would have been a good idea. I could have crumpled these leaves. That's probably a good idea. If they're too stiff for you, you can crunkle them up a little bit, wad them up a little bit. See how it holds down? Can you see? Let me see. See? So you're working from the middle and you're working your way out. Let me show you how one of these looks. Here's one of these. This is a real leaf. Remember, it's treated with something so it wouldn't dry out on me. Interesting. Never knew that existed. Now, I'm dipping this in. I'm getting it nice and gluey. Getting my fingers in there. Then I'm going to lay it down. Let's see if you can see this on your side. Lay it down. So the trick is, to overlap. It's hard to do this on your side and not my side. See? Just like that. These green ones work. Whoops, don't go anywhere. These green ones work great. They're a little flimsier. Also, I've seen fabric leaves. That would be excellent. These are not fabric leaves. These are just Dollar Tree leaves. But let me see if I can show you this. See? Just like this, just layering, going around and around. You pick out which colors you want. Get this one. But the fabric leaves would be perfect because they're all about being malleable and flimsy, right? So if you've got some fabric leaves, and that's it. This is the whole concept. All right? So let me get unmessy here a second. Clear my space and I'll show you how it works from here. So you just keep going and you go, yikes. make it as wide as you want. Let me get this out of our way. All right, get these leavies out and I'll show you how this works. Alrighty, here is one that I did already. So remember this, I did this just like I was working on this one. And I left it in the bucket and I left it overnight. But you know how glue dries, or at least Mod Podge and glue that dries clear. It's white and creamy until it's dried all the way. So see, I just layered them all over. See how I got some sticking up? That's awesome. These are not sticking up as much. That's the difference between the real ones that I got and these stiff ones. All right, let's see how it works, right? Let's see if it works. All right, so I got a pair of scissors. I'm just gonna trim, put a hole in here and let it shrink. So if I overlapped well, like I did this first one, it should turn out pretty good. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's popping and getting loose from the balloon. See? And then you just help it. So I'm just gonna nice and easy detach this from the balloon. See, I'm still holding the balloon. I'm going off the edges. So, how long do I let it dry? Overnight. Let it dry overnight. But you'll be able to see because of the glue turning from white to clear. And I'm just pulling the balloon off the bottom. And we have a unique bowl. Isn't that darling? That is so cute. See this clear stuff? I don't know if you can see it or not. That is some extra Mod Podge. And that's what I mentioned. The exact same thing happened to this one. You just trim it off. And see how I mean by it's flimsy? It's got some shape to it, right? It's got some stiffness to it. Here's a leaf that was not attached on both sides. See that? So that's what's going to happen if you don't attach your leaf at least on two sides to give it some stability. I love how it just sprigs up here. Ooh, I don't know which one I like better, the first one or the second one. Awesome. And then you just take your scissors and you trim off the clear glue. It just falls right off. And you just go around your piece. Might be easier if it's on the ground. And you just trim it off. Trim off this excess. Super easy. It's funny that you can cut glue like this, isn't it? It just trims right off. You can do as much or as little as you want. I'm going to eventually go all the way through this, but probably not on the video. It just trims right off. Just like this. Looks like a little piece of plastic, but it's actually glue. And any parts that's sprigging up, I'm gonna work my way off. Yep. Wow, this worked great. And then it sits flat. I don't know if you can see that, but it sits flat on the table. And then it's got this unique shape to it. But once you get it all trimmed, it's gonna look just like this. But they're all gonna look different. Isn't that awesome? That is so cool. I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. I'm gonna sit here and work on this while you go finish your day. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.